Meanwhile, in Nepal, the months-long protest by the ethnic Madhesi community has not only choked the country of its essential items, it has also affected the tourism sector in the country. A report.
The vital tourism sector in Nepal that drives the country's economy in a major way has been hit hard due to the ongoing protests by the Madhesi community. The Madhesis have been protesting for months against the newly adopted constitution that divides the country into 7 federal states. The minority Madhesi community claims that the new charter discriminates against them and is demanding the reshaping of borders. Nepal is home to Mount Everest, the highest mountain in the world, and many old temples, monasteries, and palaces listed as World Heritage Sites by UNESCO. The number of tourists in the country has drastically dropped ever since the protest began.
This is a huge crisis inside the Nepal, and in Pokhara especially, all the members of the restaurants haven't closed their restaurants and they have run their business as usual. Even there is a huge crisis of diesel and gas.
हाम्रो 1000 को हाराडीमा प्रतिदिन गाडी यहाँबाट सञ्चालन हुने गर्थ्यो जनकपुर अञ्चल बस व्यवसायी सङ्घको 500 देखि 600 बस यताबाट र 506 देखि उताबाट अधिराज्यबाट आउने जाने गाडीहरू यहाँबाट सञ्चालित थियो.
Tourists are also complaining about increase in costs in accommodation and transportation.
Little more expensive when you travel, for example. So before, it was only 700 to come from Kathmandu. Now they ask you for 1,000. If you take jeep also in the Annapurna region, so it's a little more expensive.
Several rounds of negotiations between the government and protest leaders have failed amid differences over reshaping the borders. About 50 people have died in protests that began in September.